Okay, I have an update on everything that's going on, but first I have to give you a little bit of history on what's going on in my life right now so that y'all can understand how crazy things just got. So, early last year, there was a road rage incident between me and another guy on the interstate in San Antonio. The guy ends up trying to follow me to my job, and my job is gated access. And when I tried to scan in, he was trying to piggyback into the parking lot, and I stopped and kept him from coming into the parking lot. And I called the security at my work to come get this guy out of there. And it turns out that while he was sitting there behind me, he called the police department and said that I pointed a gun at him while we was going down the road. And this is after this dude had chased me for a couple of miles. So the police show up and the security shows up. They put me in handcuffs and asked me if I have a gun in my car. And I said, yes, I do. And I'm asking them why they're asking that. And they're saying, well, he's saying that you pointed a gun at him. And I said, well, I did not point a gun at that guy. I don't know what he's talking about. And then they asked me, well, how did he know that you have a gun? I told them, I says, because everybody in Texas has a gun, pretty much. So they accepted that answer. They asked what happened in the road rage incident. I told them, blah, 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 whatever. They let both of us go. They tell him to go home. I get to go to work, whatever. Fast forward way later, I leave the job that I was working at. I stopped working there. And I'm going to go to a job interview at another job. And I get pulled over while I'm trying to find this place for speeding on the frontage road, which I wasn't speeding, but whatever. I think the guy ran plates on my dad's car that I was driving and seen the last name and saw that there was a warrant out, because when I got pulled over, I found out that I had a warrant for my arrest. The warrant is because when the officers filed their report, that they turned it in to the district attorney, and the district attorney decided that they wanted to try and prosecute on deadly conduct, because with no other proof than that guy's say so, that they're trying to say that yes, you pointed a gun at him and we're going to try and prosecute. Didn't tell me that I had a warrant out for my arrest or anything. I found out when I got pulled over. So I go to jail, get bailed out, whatever. They let me out on a $5,000 bond. So I went to the bail place, or my family went to the bail place, paid $500 to get me out because it's 10%. So fast forward to whenever I get arrested at my sister's house that y'all saw on that other video. I get arrested, blah, blah, blah. Y'all know everything that happened. I get a call like a week after I get out from my attorney, my court-appointed attorney for the first case, saying, hey, what happened? You violated your bail because you got arrested. And the court officer already filed a bail violation paperwork with the judge, and I don't know if she's going to rule on it or not. If she does, she may raise your bail or revoke your bail, or she may not rule on it at all. At the time, I'd already been to court a couple of times for the first one. It's been going on since October of last year, the court cases. And we had a court date coming up on the 1st of this month. So she tells me, she's like, okay, so go in there and we're going to see if she rules on it or not. And if she doesn't, you should be good. So we go in there, they reset my court date to another day so they can pick out a jury for whatever, because I pled innocent on it. And I talked to my attorney and she's like, well, she didn't rule on the bail violation, so you should be good. Nothing should come of that. So we'll just keep going to court on this one and everything should be good. And she's like, by the way, they appointed me as your attorney on the one where you got arrested at your sister's house. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm happy because I didn't go to jail after court, which I was pretty sure was a certain thing, because I thought she was going to rule on it and be like, no, your bail has been raised and we're going to arrest you right now. So that didn't happen, so I thought everything was cool. Well, fast forward to yesterday. Yesterday I get a phone call from my attorney saying that the judge Well, hold on. I get a phone call from my attorney saying I got good news and bad news. And she says, the good news is they dropped all the charges on the resisting arrest, the one at my sister's house. And I was like, okay, what's the bad news? And she's like, so right before they dropped all the charges, the judge ruled on your bail violation and raised your bail to $10,000, or your bond to $10,000. So you are a what was it? It's not a felon. It's a fugitive. You are a fugitive. You need to turn yourself in. Blah blah blah. I was like, oh, this is just absolutely fucking wonderful. So she's like, call the bail bonds place and see what they want to do. So I call the bail bonds place, and they tell me that I need to tell my attorney to go tomorrow, which was today because yesterday was Sunday. She said, tell your attorney to go tomorrow and talk to the judge and say, hey, all the charges got dropped on that resisting arrest one. He didn't do anything to get arrested. That shouldn't be a bail violation. So just like set his bond back to how it was. And I was like, do you think that they'll do that? And she's like, yeah, they should, because if it happened like what you said, that they should do that. And I was like, okay. And she said, tell them that such and such at such and such bail bonds place, I'm not going to give their names, said that if you undo the warrant, that they're happy to keep the bond how it is. So I call my attorney, and I tell her, such and such at my bail bonds place said to tell you this, and I told her, and she's like, okay, hold on, let me write all that down. She writes it down, and I said, and if you could just tell the judge that since all those charges got dropped and I didn't do anything wrong, that I didn't do anything to get arrested, so it shouldn't be a bail violation. And my attorney goes, well, we're not going to talk about the merits of that other case. We're not going to talk about the merits of that other case. And I was like, but I need you to tell her this, because if I didn't, she's like, I'm trying to tell you, I already told you, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to bring that up. And I was like, I wanted to tell her, you know what? You fucking suck. You're a bitch. You work for me, not the other way around. Do what I said, but I didn't. I was just like, okay, freaking bugs. If I argue with her, she's probably not even going to go to the judge, because honestly. So anyways, so I texted her this morning and asked her, I said, did you talk to the judge? She says, well, I'm in other hearings right now. I'll talk to her in a little while. And I was like, okay, just let me know. So she texted me. She says the judge agreed to get rid of that warrant, but she wants to talk to you about it in person. I can do Wednesday at 9:30 in the morning at the courthouse. Is that okay? And I said, yeah, that sounds good to me. These people in this county are so shady. I don't have $1,000 if they arrest me to get back out. I don't. I just don't. I don't have that money. I had to go take out a title loan on my car to get the money for the bail in case I had to turn myself in. Because I didn't even find out until after I got the title loan today that the judge said that she was going to do that. I don't know if this is a trap. If I go in there and the judge is going to be like, yeah, we just said that to get you in here and you're arrested because you're a fugitive, blah, blah, blah. I need bail money to get out. So that's what I did. So I got the money to get bailed out, but it's going to be another, if that happens, I'm going to be sitting in there for another 16, 17 hours with the same people that were in there fucking me up the last time. So I'm just letting y'all know that Wednesday at 9:30, if I don't give y'all an update either Wednesday night or Thursday morning that they arrested me again, and you'll know how corrupt these people are. But that's the update that I have right now. But the good thing is that since they did drop all the charges, that means that my civil case is almost guaranteed to win, because they basically said themselves there's no merit in it by dropping all the charges. So I may not even need an attorney at this point. I may just go file the suit myself, because it's so cut and dry now because of them dropping the charges. So tell me what y'all think. Wish me luck on my next court date for my jury trial for my deadly conduct one, because I didn't point a gun at that dude. That guy's just crazy. And that is going to be on June the 1st at 1:30 p.m. is my jury trial. So hopefully I can go back to my life now, because the job that I was going to interview for when I got arrested on that other one, that they still wanted to hire me even after that. But when my background check went through, it showed the deadly conduct as a pending charge. So they said, while that's there, that I can't go work for them, because it was a hospital I was going to go work for. I was going to go be a maintenance technician at the Methodist Hospital in San Antonio. And the guy, they actually liked me so much there that they told me, they said, once this gets off, if you get found innocent and all that, let us know and we'll still hire you. It's just we can't hire you with that on your record, because you'd be working in a hospital. So after that, maybe I can go back to a normal life. I've been a stay-at-home dad since October because of this. Because I'm like, I want to go work at the hospital, and if people are going to run a background check on me and that's going to keep screwing me out of jobs, I don't want to go put in applications and have them see that. I want to make sure it's gone first. So that's just kind of where I'm at in my life right now. And then I have to deal with everything else. It's just a whole bunch of family issues that y'all don't want to hear about, but it's with my wife's side of the family. They're not a real big fan of mine. So anyways, that's my update, and I'm sticking to it, and here you go.